Hello everyone and welcome back to our weekly modern tournament here at Grey Games. My name is Mick. I'm your host for tonight. We're watching the match here between Sobun Hao and Jeremima. How to pronounce his name is not how it looks. It sounds not how it spells. I realize the live counter is missing. I'll be right back. Yeah, okay, so they're gonna make like they're making like some side bet on like who's winning apparently, or some side wager of who's winning. Cause of course it has to be Danny. Danny's like right at the bottom of the table. All right, 3 and a 3. That's a 4. And that's a 4. Wow, these dice are these dice like rigged? No, okay. So looks like Bunhao is probably gonna go first. Like well, we mentioned a few times before, Modern is one of those formats that you do not like. There is no advantage to be gained by going second. Like there's a lot of I won't say it punishes you, but really there's no known advantage for going second. There's not a lot of decks that really wants to go second. The format's not too slow either. It looks like Bunhao's playing Storm, maybe? Or Blue-Red Pyromancer, possibly. Jeremy is known to be playing those funky decks, and I like that he plays Ozof, what's that? The Ghost Council guy. 6 mana for 5 mana for 5/5. Enters the battlefield, drain 2. Pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna keep this hand, gonna scry. I think maybe he might be looking for lands, so he keeps one on the top. It looks like Jeskai control. Obviously not gonna crack that land, gonna draw the card, and it's a Serum Visions.
What's up? I'm back.
Oh, Kaz is back.
Oh, I already know what this matchup is. It's blue-white v Sahili combo.
Oh no,
that kind of thing.
I think Jeremy is like, it's Jeskai control.
Oh, Jeskai control, not blue-white.
yeah,
Sorry.
versus if that's the case, like 4 colors Sahili Rai, and I don't think that's gonna go very well for Jeremy unless he's gonna combo off on like turn 3.
Yeah, I mean, you play Lotus Cobra, you can combo off and like turn.
Well, okay, by
right.
right, you have to start off with a Birds of Paradise, right?
And then
you
turn
can
to Cobra, and I think I
Cobra,
don't think you
okay.
can combo on turn
No,
2.
you can combo on turn 2. So
Can
just
you?
now I was talking to Joe. I forgot what's the sequence. Okay, so turn 2 you lay a fetch land, right?
Yeah, with
Get
Cobra.
one. Sorry, you Cobra first.
Yep.
Lay the fetch land, so 2 mana.
Yep.
Sack the fetch land,
Mm-hmm.
and then cast Renegade Rallier. Renegade Rallier gets you back the land.
Yeah.
And then you do it again. You get 3 mana. Now you cast Sahili Rai.
Oh, yeah.
Sahili Rai, copy the Renegade Rallier, get back that same fetch land, get another 3 mana, and then cast Eldritch Evolution
for the
and then you get rid of either the Lotus Cobra or the
ain't gonna spend money to buy. Don't need to buy Sahili to build this. No, I need to buy Lotus Cobra to build this. Like,
but Lotus Cobra is cheap now, I think.
No, it's like
right?
5 US or something. I think it's 5 US. I could be wrong though. I mean, I'm often wrong. So
it got a reprint, and it got reprint at a rare. So I don't.
Dude, it's
think
not gonna print as a. I mean, it's not gonna print as a mythic again. I think not in a master set, right?
Not in a master set. But
Can you
Lotus
co-
Cobra
can you
is a
imagine
very
comparing,
powerful
like,
card.
Hey man, what do you open for your green mythic? I open a Tamagotchi for my modern master. What do you get in your iconic master? I got a Cobra.
I got Cobra. I got
Wow.
Lotus Cobra. Question mark.
Feels good.
Sadness.
Yeah, it's like 750, man.
Okay, 750. It's not so bad.
It's not
It's a
terrible.
very powerful card, and I imagine you, use a Lotus Cobra to play in a green type combo deck, right? Like it's a very powerful card. Like
it has the it's like Primeval Titan's Toe. It kind of has that potential, but it's not there yet.
It was the back in the day during Zendika. It was like Primeval Titan, Lotus Cobra, right? Yeah. So good, so good.
Okay, Jareem just casted Reflector Mage, but he got remanded, and
no value Reflector Mage.
Yeah. I mean, but he's trying to put on the pressure, which I think is fine, because if he waited one more turn and he casted Collected Company and get remanded, that's like
even worse,
double
right?
double time walks. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But I think the toolbox deck has a really hard time playing against this matchup from experience. But that's
search for Ascanta.
That's kind of like a bold
and
signal,
no
right?
land, yeah. Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
But
I think
he has
Jeremy,
Ascanta, so it's not too terrible, I think.
I know, but Jeremy just should be slamming the
just slam
Collector
Coco
Company
now, if
right
he has
now.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, blue spell, if he has like this spell main board, like he deserves the counter, man.
Whoa.
He's gonna get puffed. I can't puff. Sorry, he's red. He has a Steam Vents on tap.
Yeah, that was strange. Like, why did you?
I suppose he wanted to bolt he wanted to represent bolt to kill the Reflector Mage.
But he can't. Oh, alright.
Yeah, if you have bolt, you could, because I mean red and blue, you don't have a counter spell.
Ah man, okay. But how here not
Did he
being able to
forget-
draw lands?
Did he forget the trigger for
No, he
Ascanta?
did.
Oh, he did?
He
Okay.
milled the
Lightning Helix.
lightning helix.
I would cut Lightning Helix just to buy time for the game.
No,
No?
you're looking for lands. You have
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much removal in hand
That's true.
already.
And Ascanta can become a land eventually as well if you dump enough cards into it.
Yeah. So, the faster you get it to flip, the
And
better.
this is the scary part, right? You basically left your opponent with enough mana to cast Spell Queller as well. He could attack you, you could path, and he just like
Spell
Spell Quellers
Queller.
you. That's horrible.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Also, can you help me charge my phone? My phone is about to die, I think.
Sure.
Whichever,
Is
yeah,
this-
36%.
I'll tell Joe that
Okay.
you stole his charge.
You don't have to. Shit is coming in.
But I will. Hey, Joe. Guess what?
Life is hard.
Cass needs to charge his phone. So he said to give you...
No, I
Give
asked
your
Mick,
shit
asked
phone
Mick,
back.
I asked Mick to charge my phone. Whoa, everybody calm down, man.
Who
Yeah.
you gonna believe, huh, Joe? Who you gonna
Oh,
believe?
so he casted a
I
lot.
think you need to leave the store now.
No. So
Don't
he.
mix on me.
Oh, he lodging not the retreat. I think that's the smart play.
Yeah,
And he keeps out white for the path to exile to kill the knight, right?
so that's a clear sign. I mean, like, Bunhao shifted from, leaving blue, red
Yeah.
open to just leaving, like,
I think that was a
pure white
mistake
open.
because in the first place his hand doesn't even have a bolt. So like, you're not gonna if you're gonna cast Reflector Mage to bait out the bolt, it's not gonna do anything because then you just signal to your opponent you really don't have it. You just fake the turn for nothing.
Yeah.
So
And I think
this is
Jeremy,
smarter.
I don't know, Jeremy should have just held up the mana so that he can cast,
Like Spell Queller if he has it.
yeah, exactly. Either Spell Queller or, or Collector Company and
Yeah.
step because you're gonna win through creatures,
Yeah.
right? And Bunhao, like, you have to take advantage of the fact that he is kind of land stuck
Yes,
right now.
I agree. I think maybe Jareem, sorry.
Jareem.
His angle of playing this way was
Oh.
if you don't it's like if you don't have it, I'm gonna win on the next turn. You know what I mean?
But he's gotta have it. He's
Yeah, yeah.
dude. He has only 3 lands, which means the rest of his hand must be action, must be gas, right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of factors to play, right? He kept 3 cards. He kept out a blue, which he didn't have a 1 mana counter spell nor a bolt.
Correct.
And
Then
then-
he kept up white.
And then you have to have logic knot, because if there was a mana leak, I think
There
he
was
could-
not enough
could he
lah,
pay-
I know.
yeah, he couldn't pay for the mana leak, but there was so little wiggle room for Bunhao to have it. So I guess Jeremy made the call like, hey, if you have it, you have it.
No,
But if you
I
don't-
don't think there's a little wiggle room. I think there's a definite yes. He's got some form of
Wait,
answer.
Is that Bounty to Laksa? Bounty of Laksa? Is that what I think it is?
Uh,
Because I just saw it from the glimpse of my eye. I'm not sure if it is.
what
Oh,
is
is
that?
that-
Hadana's
It's
climb,
Hadana's
right?
climb, sorry. Holy
That's
shit.
Hadana's climb, right? He just cast a
Yeah.
Reflector Mage and then cast a Hadana's climb. Yep, bolt your guy.
Yeah, he's gonna
That's
flip.
so weird.
He's gonna flip the Ascanta next turn, so I suppose that was his plan. Because he can look at the top card, if it's valuable, he can keep a land.
He wants to get. He definitely wants a
Yeah.
land. Like he can deal with all the other.
You know the funny
creatures
part
he's
is if
got.
he misses his draw step. Oh, he drew a
No lands.
Day of Judgment. Okay, that's really bad.
He draw a no land.
Yeah, but I do think that Jareem made a call. He was like, because if you stick the retreat to Korheim, there's no way for the Jeskai deck to interact with the retreat, right? You can kill the knight.
No, there's still a way to just deck to this
Like,
thing.
what-
Cryptic Commander. Cryptic Command just bounce it back.
Yeah.
No, okay, I know
Yeah.
you know, he could have just path. At that
Yeah.
point, like he can just path, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
kill the
knight.
It's not like rocket science.
I mean, I think that
Wow, he didn't bolt it.
that's
Why?
kinda,
And he's activating the.
oh, you're gonna put on more lands away.
Yeah, no, he's gonna draw like wow. He's
There's four non-lands.
0 lands.
Oh,
Where are
I
all
mean,
the
that's a pretty
lands?
good card, I think. If you're taking 3.
Of course. Serum Visions, the F&M promo version.
Yeah, the weird Serum Visions.
The
thing.
sniff Mercury Vapors type Serum
Okay,
Visions.
if you say so, man. I don't think it's Mercury, but cool.
Alright, pause.
Yeah,
I'm gonna spell queller that stuff.
yeah. I think you don't want to give your opponent.
No, you
You give
need
your
to
opponent the Serum Visions.
you
You
need
don't
to save the spell queller
for the Wrath,
for the Wrath.
the Wrath and the Day of Judgment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Woonhouse hand is looking pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Push on the Sphinx, dude. Don't think about it. Just push it down as fast as you can.
If it's not land.
Oh, it was the Seven Vision reviewed Sacred Foundry and Sphinx Federation.
No.
I would have instantly like slide down the Sphinx Federation, like not even thinking about these guys.
Cause yeah, I number one, like you've been able to like curb the pressure on
Yeah.
Jeremy's side. You have a flip search for Ascanta,
Yeah.
which means that drawing cards is not an issue, and in fact, you know, drawing cards is a lot cheaper than casting a
Yeah, so
giant.
now the
Sphinx of
next is
Revelation.
this gonna be the mistake where he keeps the card on top and he fetches his land, and then he like, oh no, I shuffled my land away.
No, I
that
don't,
kind I hope not,
I
because
don't think so.
this like, cause he is he needs the mana for search for Ascanta.
Oh no.
Hey man, it happens to everybody.
Oh no.
Like, I mean, you should have probably fetched first before your 7 vision if that's the case. And you should double push down. So I really saw it coming because he had the Ascanta and the fetch, and I was like, yep, it's gonna happen. I'm just waiting for it to
And he's
happen.
gonna use the search for
Yeah,
Ascanta.
and-
I guess you want to use it like every turn.
Yeah, which is why he should have probably fetched first if he was gonna do it anyway, right? Oh, is he gonna path? Maybe he's gonna path. Oh, Tuma, Lightning Helix? What is it?
Logic not.
Oh, wait, I think, what did he cast? Oh, Collecting Company? Yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen. He's gonna counter the Coco anyway. But this is bad. Like, this is every toolbox worst nightmare, right? Like, your opponent has answers to everything you cast. It feels bad, man.
But you have to assume your opponent's got like all the answers,
Yeah.
which is why Jeremy should have like run out that collector
Coco
company
instead of
like instead of the Knight of Reliquary, right?
Yeah.
Because you know your opponent's got like counters up the wazoo. And
Yeah.
now you're trying to force them. Do you have two pieces of removal for potentially 2 creatures that are going to enter the battlefield?
Mhm. I mean, right now he has a pretty good window to retreat and Knight to use the Reflector Mage to like do a whole bunch of damage, but he didn't do anything pre-combat. So feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think the real problem with our casting is that we don't have like a proper view of the hand, so we have no idea.
No,
Like,
but
we, like,
I mean,
judge by the
well,
card, like, hope this is the card we see.
so okay, I guess our roles are like sort of reversed, right? That we know what's on the battlefield on both sides, and now we're trying to guess like what's the best hand.
Yeah.
Whereas when you are playing, and we kind of can see like roughly like what's in their hand,
Yeah.
and then you as the player, like you're trying to figure out like what's the opponent's hand. So we try and put ourselves in the player's shoes,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird. But anyway,
Oh, he just. Oh, okay.
I just want to flip this
He
search
pumped.
for
Okay, he
Ascanta.
pumped the Reflector Mage with Galvani Township at the end of Boonhouse. Then Boonhouse just laid a colony and pass. And
Yeah.
I think this is a good play. This is the way to play against control.
I don't think so, because like all Bunhao has to do is just to Snapcaster path, right?
Yeah, right. But you're basically like not dedicating multi-threat to run into like a Wrath. Costa is not gonna get you a Wrath with a Reflector Mage, I guess, unless you like pump a Galvani Township. Yeah, because does he still have his Day of Judgment, or is it gone from his hand?
No,
Can't
he's still got the DOJ.
Yeah, so
He's got DOJ and what you call it?
I can't see, man. What's the hand?
Ooh.
Oh, the fairy in
Very-
Jeskai. This and secure the ways. Man, this
This
guy
is
like,
an
this is like tech E, man. This is like putting all like the cards they want to play.
It's
Why-
like,
why-
can I fit as many mythic
why
and
secure,
rare?
man? If you've got, I know he plays
Secure,
Jace.
okay, so secure is like the one of your win cons, right?
Yeah, but-
End step secure for like 10.
Yes.
End step secure for 10, swing you for 10.
Yep.
And then next turn swing you for another 10.
But he
right?
plays one off Sphinx Revelation and a one off Secure the Waste. Isn't that kind of? It feels like it's fighting for that slot for mana consumption. Especially the worst case where you draw both of them. And then you play Teferi and Jace. This is.
It also helps to
This is
prevent you from dying. So for example,
I
like,
agree.
your opponent goes in for the Alpha Strike, his creatures don't have
But
trample or whatever not.
why not play instead of Secure the Waste? Why not just play a Timely Reinforcement? I mean, that's the new like meta for the blue-white decks. They play one off Timely Reinforcement.
Yeah, I know, but
So you flashback to gain life. You flashback to gain life and more tokens.
get more creatures.
Yeah. And you don't have to like sink like X amount of mana. So it's a bit,
Oh,
I
okay.
think for like 3 mana, Timely feels better than Secure.
Supreme Verdict here, gonna try to take out a few creatures, and I
Yeah.
think that's gonna get answered by
Strategy, I don't think he plays Spellqueller. That's why.
Spell Queller.
Hopefully. I really
Spellqueller?
want to see Spellqueller. Spellqueller.
Anyway, the
Cardano's Climb?
Cardano's Climb, doesn't it flip?
I don't know actually. But it's not. Is it a mandatory flip? If it is, we better.
It's a
tell.
mandatory flip, but I'm not sure whether it's if that creature has 3 or more.
Oh,
okay, so only I thought it was if any creature has 3 or more.
And it's an upkeep that you flip.
Yeah. Okay,
okay.
so here we go.
Oh, is it the beginning of
Spell
Calm?
Queller. Spell Queller hits the battlefield. Gonna eat up the
Supreme Verdict.
Supreme Verdict. Not quite sure if Jeremy has anything to protect the Spell Queller.
Like,
From a
he
lightning
stepped
bolt?
out. He doesn't have mana for like a dispel if he does.
Oh, then
What's
that's
the
bad.
hand? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have mana for dispel, so it's gonna bolt. And yeah, that's like always the risky play, right? Even though Spellcaller is such a fantastic card, you try to eat away
Wait.
the verdict.
Wait, did he just do that wrongly?
Wait, what?
Oh, did he just sequence that wrongly?
D responds the bolt
Yeah, I
face?
think he respond.
instead of the Spellcaller.
No, he respond the bolt to the
Spell Queller?
so to the Spell Queller trigger
Before
on
it
the
resol-
stack. Yeah, before
Oh my
resolving.
god, that's so bad. Oh my god, mistakes were made.
Yeah, mistakes were definitely
Oh,
made.
that's-
I think
that's-
Bunhao is just
Like, yeah, you could see the pause in his face because I couldn't understand it as well. Oh damn, he just gave like a free permanent exile, like a Fiend Hunter exile, man.
yeah.
Feels bad. He still has DOJ, so he hopefully doesn't die this turn. Oh, does the Hadanas flip now? Because it's
Yeah.
beginning of combat, yeah.
And he's just gonna go for the kill. Like right
Yep.
now. That's enough. That's 6, that's 12. The
12. That's 6 plus
reflector mage,
9.
that's
Yeah,
12.
that's enough.
12 points of damage. So had he
Oh,
not
damn.
messed up that sequence,
Holy.
like
Oh, the feels bad, man. Feels bad.
feels bad. Feels bad.
Yeah, this is
Wow,
bad.
chicka wow, wow.
Yeah. So I mean, Bunhao, just remember, chill. We know we play like that, but if you
Oh, Jerome. Okay. So Jeremy puffed the Queller first. Okay, my bad.
Okay.
So Jeremy puffed the Queller with the trigger on the stack. Okay, I'll
Right,
bet.
right.
I'll bet. He's
Okay,
trying to
okay.
kill his own Queller in response.
So the
to
permanent exile for the spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good catch.
Okay.
So it wasn't
Not
a Bunhao mistake.
Yeah, I
it's-
didn't see it. I didn't see
I
the
didn't see
puff
it path
come out.
either. I just saw the bolt and we're like, oh, like, huh? What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Well, good catch, Mr.
Mao Mi Hawao.
Hey, man, I want to pronounce the name, but I'm not gonna try it because I can't pronounce the last one, man.
Hawaj.
Let's just call him Mao. Thanks, Mao.
Jawa I'm Wom, which is Mao Mi Hawaj backwards.
Yeah, yeah. So I suppose they're like trying to explain, like Jareem is trying to explain to Bunhao, the sequencing.
Well, that play was correct, which is especially when you're trying to get rid of a board wipe,
because no
right? You
matter
don't
how-
want to give instant speed board wipe to your opponent.
Because there's no split second. The minute he has priority, he puts the path on the stack, and then
And
he
then
passes
the-
the priority to the opponent, but he pass it on top as your response.
No,
Is that what
you
they're
have
doing?
to cast with trigger. You have to cast, let it resolve,
Yep.
trigger on the stack, then you path.
Yep.
Like immediately, so you cannot pass
So your
priority.
opponent, you don't.
So there's no way your opponent
yeah.
will be able to stop that.
Yeah, so the bolt doesn't actually effectively do anything in that scenario. Then
Unless of course your opponent like counters the
Stalker or the bolt?
path. The
the
path.
Sorry.
Which then doesn't make sense, then you should just
It's
counter the spell
Stalker,
queller.
Yeah. But I mean, he was tapped out. I think that was a good win. That was well played by Jareem. I
Yeah,
think so.
I definitely think that was.
I think his patience paid off with just the reflector mage and the Corsair.
So
And Herdana's climb, by the way.
I don't know. I
Hashtag
think
weird.
throughout the entire game, like that was not very.
I mean, okay,
That
on
was
the,
not
on,
very,
on the
like,
turn where he casted the knight instead of the.
It should
instead
have
of
been the.
I didn't see a Coco in his hand.
the
That's
Coco.
why. If he had Coco, it would be kind of strange not to.
Okay.
So, but I can see that. It feels
Or
like
if
probably he didn't have it.
if he had Coco, or if he had retreat to Coral Helm, right?
Mhm.
You cast a retreat to Coral Helm first. That's not getting counted. That's not going. Then you know that's not going to be interacting with your opponent at all.
Yeah, yeah.
A control deck is like
I
the
suppose
most that
maybe-
you have is
Yeah.
bounce with cryptic command, right? So
Maybe the way Jareem feels collector company works is that it's a tap out source, because if your opponent doesn't have like logic knot or like a negate or anything that's mana efficient and he taps 4 like a cryptic command, you're essentially forcing your opponent to tap out on his end step, which leaves you more options to play on your turn.
I know.
Maybe that's how he values Coco. I don't know.
I know, but no.
It feels that
I doubt. I don't think so. Like the next
Yeah.
turn, your opponent maybe drop a land and do a board wipe. Okay,
yeah, I,
your
suppose
Coco
that's what he's
for
worried about, right?
you know your 1 card for my 1 card. That's okay. We're trading 1 for 1 now.
But you're losing that tempo swing, right? He taps out on the
You're
Wrath
not
for his
really
turn.
losing that tempo swing. You are losing that 1 card so the card advantage you got from that 1 card is negated by his 1 card. So
Yeah.
you're trading 1 card for 1 card. That's okay. Then you go on to the next turn, then you cast the Knight of Reliquary, which he then has to cast on his turn, tap out again,
Mhm.
which means that you are free to do whatever you have again. If
That's
you have
true.
another Coco, you cast another Coco, and then you look at your opponent. Do you have two pieces of answer? If you got an enchantment, you drop an enchantment, and then your opponent is like, how do I deal with this?
Okay,
So
fair.
like, you have to take the advantage of the times when your opponent can't really do anything and has to start responding, especially when it's a control deck, like has to start responding to it during their main phase.
Yep.
That's one of the things about the board wipes, where the board wipes really have to come down as a sorcery. If you
Yep.
give board wipes instant speed, like that's
man.
the end of the game.
Hey,
Right.
man, if like board wipes go on instant speed, I'll be buying like XX copy of that card, like just holding it
No, there,
forever.
there is board wipe at instant speed.
Yeah, but
What's that stupid
uh,
fated something?
fated retribution, fated.
Yeah.
I know it's a BNG white card, which is
Dude, instant speed, man. Instant speed.
but it's 7 mana. You're like hoping that in modern.
Shut up, instant speed.
You're like hoping that you're not dead by turn 7. It's like, yeah, man, cool. We just like play maybe 8 ball wipes. You play 4 Wrath, then you play 4 fated retributions. Yeah, sounds like a good plan, guys.
Oh man. And
But-
still it has a higher rating than some other cards. It's got 49 votes and it's got 3.5
Hey, man,
stars.
You know where all these stars come from? Commander players.
Come on,
Wow, ball wipe that scries 2 and planeswalkers.
yeah.
so
And you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it also destroys planeswalkers, by
which,
the way.
which I think EDH you will get 3.5. I mean 3.5 stars for your community rating, right?
I guess 7 mana is a bit too much though.
Yeah, but thanks Mo. It does work that way because Spellqueller has the wording. The same way Fiend Hunter has that weird wording.
No,
It's
you
not-
can't let opponent
like-
pass priority. So, more right, you're saying you have to
Oh,
play the
respond to the
spirit, let
second line.
opponent pass priority, resolve Queller. Oh yeah, hold
Yeah, yeah.
priority will trigger on the second
Yeah.
response.
Because the trigger is your priority, alright?
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. You have to pass priority first.
Yeah, and yeah, for all
those of
our
you who don't
viewers, the only reason why Spellcaller works is because what Mo said, the wording is different from most other spells.
Let's bring it up, right? This is one of those cards that we talk about a lot
Fiend Hunter, this card.
during the run of the Power 9 podcast. We
Yeah.
talk about this a lot. We had a
Yeah.
lot of quizzes on this.
Yes.
We had a lot of questions. So
Such a good card.
yeah, when it enters the battlefield, exile target spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. Okay, so let me explain. There are 3 types of cards, right? If it's not on the battlefield or it's not on the stack,
Mm-hmm.
or not on the battlefield, not on the stack, it is a card, right? There are
Mhm.
3 types. If it's on the stack, whatever it is, it's either a trigger or a spell. If the card we talk about cards.
Yep.
Okay, if it's on the stack, it's a spell. And then when it's on the battlefield, it's whatever type it is, like creature type or artifact or land or whatever. So in these three zones, or these three main zones, these are what they are called.
Mm-hmm.
So it enters the battlefield, you have to target something that's on the stack.
Yep.
So a spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. And then when it leaves, the other part of it is when it leaves the battlefield, you owner may cast that card again and then without paying the casting cost. Which means that if you kill the spell queller on the stack, so it enters the battlefield, has that trigger, targets a spell, you kill the spell queller in response, the other trigger goes on the stack on top of that. So you return essentially nothing.
Yep.
There's nothing being exiled. There's nothing that has been exiled by spell queller.
Yep.
And so you return your opponent nothing. And so the other spell that gets exiled is exiled forever.
So yeah, and I think a very clear example of this is the way it's worded in 2 different paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at like Banisher Priest, I think Banisher Priest versus like Fiend Hunter, it's just the way the word the card has been how do I say, typed out, designed.
The
design
way it's
is-
been worded, right?
yeah.
So like Banishing Light is, I think, the first example of a fixed version of
Yes.
what's that? Oblivion Stone?
Oblivion Ring, not Stone.
Oblivion Ring, right? O-Ring. So when it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until Banishing Light leaves the battlefield. So that means if it left the battlefield before exiling the creature never leaves the battlefield. So which means that you cannot do the same thing as Oblivion Ring, where it enters the battlefield, there's a separate trigger for entering the battlefield, there's a separate trigger for leaving the battlefield.
Easy way to recognize this is when you compare this to like Oblivion Ring, and there's like 2 different paragraphs, because the way Vanishing Light is worded is like 1 full paragraph, so you got to resolve everything at one go.
I thought the
Really?
easy way of
just reading the
identifying this.
Just reading the card.
No, it's not reading the card. It's like, is it before Theros or after Theros?
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, sorry.
But yeah, no, reading the card is important.
We've off tracked a bit. Jareem has resolved a kitchen swing. That's
Who
quite
cares?
surprising.
It's round 3. Round 3
Yeah,
is
that's
Twilight Zone. We talk about like weird
Hey
stuff.
man, modern season's coming up. You gotta get all the practice you need.
When is modern
After
season coming
Nationals,
up?
probably July-ish.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so like after Nationals, everything is gonna be modern again.
That's when nobody is gonna play Corset, right? Cause Corset is just Corset.
What's Corset, man? They,
I don't. That's the thing. Like people are so excited. Oh, Corset is coming.
Okay,
Corset.
to be
They
fair-
forget that Corset was the time where you just play dudes. Like the draft format is play dudes and enchantments and beat face.
what
That's
else,
it.
man?
Like
I mean,
no synergy. No.
Elvish Mystic, man. Just saying. Every draft, Elvish
Elvish
best
mistake.
card.
Elvish mistake, and then like just.
Hey, man, okay,
things
To be
onto
fair, the
them.
last 2 core sets, which is Magic Origins part, right? And Magic Core Set 2015 were pretty good. I mean,
No,
actually-
they were really bad, dude. The draft.
The construct. I mean, what they brought to
Constructor
standard
was fine. Okay,
Yeah.
Constructor was
Draft
good.
pretty bad. Like Soul of Zendika just wins you games, right? It's just, you can't Soul of Zendika. It's like make a token, and the game is over.
Not even Soul of Zendika. What's that 2-drop Topa Free Blade?
Yeah,
This guy.
That's
Do you remember this?
Yeah, such
Oh.
bad times.
Is
Bad.
it
I can't remember the spelling though. It's T-
Torpar?
yeah.
No.
Okay, we gotta Google that. But yeah. I
Yeah,
think the
but
draft-
you
the
know,
drafts are
right?
bad.
That
The drafts are bad.
2-2,
Yeah.
that 2-2 with vigilance, and then it beats in, and then
Yeah.
it's renown +1/+1.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I mean, to be fair,
stupid card.
I don't think core sets are really weird. Like your opponent like drafts like he opens like a Rebel Master or he drafts a Rebel Master. Or
And then he
opens a
can't
Steel Rebel
build.
Master
Then he
and-
can't build a deck around Rebel Master.
Yeah.
But Rebel Master like kind of kills you on its own. Just
There
saying.
are so many, but I mean, core sets usually introduce some cool cards. So hopefully
Mm.
we get some cool cards again.
And hopefully we get some reprints.
What was a bad
like-
card there? Like, what's that? What's
What?
that board wipe? M15. There was a mythic artifact that
The-
was a board wipe.
Of Judge.
Perilous Vault.
Oh yeah.
Perilous Vault was one of my favorite cards, man. It was like that was like the
Was that in M15?
yeah, that's
no.
M15. That's M15, dude.
Perilous Vault.
Yeah, Perilous Vault was M15. Like that was the most fun board wipe ever because you stick it on turn 4 and like ask you kind of like play the poker game with your opponent like, hey man,
Are you?
are you gonna cast
you
more?
want-
You think I'm not gonna activate this? Then he
Oh
like,
shit!
yeah, it's M15.
Yeah.
They brought in pretty cool cards. There was Nisa Worldwaker, Perilous Vault,
Oh yeah, this one's
Goblin
fun.
Rebel
This one's fun.
Master. Yeah, so many
So
good
like
cards.
you can that's the problem. Like you bring in all these like weird cards, right? But there's absolutely no synergy.
Yeah, there's no storytelling involved in the Magic side. It's just like a whole bunch of like new cards that are interesting.
and like new cards and like reprints that like we
Yeah,
couldn't
man. But
find.
what
a way
could
to
cause that
reprint.
reprint? Okay, people have
Fatal push.
have indicated to me that if the scary thing is they print Noble Hierarch in the core set. I think if you print Noble Hierarch in a core set into standard,
I think we all die.
that is the worst way to play standard. Can you imagine buying a $20 Noble Hierarch to play instead, and everybody plays it, and everybody plays a particular Blood Moon reprints? That'd be so bad, man. Like
No,
it
but-
warps your standard like format into like this dark and scary, horrible place.
Then
for
everybody
everybody.
just plays like mono red, mono
Colour
red
land?
like
Colored lands. I
flame
don't know
of
what's that.
Kel, like.
Yeah, so I mean, hopefully they don't reprint anything dumb.
Because they just printed the entire cycle of checklands in standard. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna print out Blood Moon now.
Dun-dun-dun.
Lol, lol, lol.
I mean, at least Blood Sun didn't have the impact that we thought it would have. You know, thankfully.
No. I never thought that Blood Sun would have an impact though.
It's kind of like a card to like sit on 4. One day maybe it's played. It's not like the card that you hope to be like the dark horse of Magic cards to be like the next Lotus. But yeah. I mean, I just hope they don't do anything weird with standard because like the core set, because standard is such a good place right now for a lot of players.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. In fact, it's so fun, right? I actually started brewing decks.
I mean,
Alright.
I don't play standard anymore because, you know, Teferis are like 50 US and Khan is like 65 US and I haven't opened 4 of them in my
Khan,
drafts.
how is Khan 65
It's like
US?
65 or more, you know? It's
Nope.
not, dude,
Nope.
I'm
Like it's 70 something.
7 Scion of Urza.
Okay, so let's
It
see
is
Star
really-
City Games.
It's 75
out of stock,
Yes.
by the way. It's cheaper to buy the foil. It's probably easier to buy the foil
Than a normal Khan.
than the normal Khan, right?
Hey man, but I am not gonna play a standard where I have to pay $100 per Khan.
Hey, guess what?
That's kind of bad, you know. That's bad.
I got 4 already.
Yeah, man.
So I'm playing this like blue black like
Blue
aggro
black.
Khan.
What?
It's hilarious.
How
Like
horrible, man.
Khan's -2 ability is underappreciated. It is
Is it like
hilarious.
a Tezzerator
No,
deck?
No,
it
it's
taste
sort of like a Tezzerator
Oh
deck.
my goodness. I mean, that's a deck I wanted to try, but
It's so
I'm not
fun.
gonna waste money building.
If you have to buy the cards just
Yeah.
to like play a fun deck, right?
Yeah,
like
if I have to
that's a
buy
waste of money.
If I had to buy like Tezzeret the Schemer, I don't think I want to play standard. You know, I think I mean it's
The
like a cou-
Tesla schema is cheap.
it's like a couple. It's below $5, I think,
Yeah.
or maybe below 10.
If you want to get like
But I'm not-
planeswalkers,
But I'm
like,
not gonna buy a $100 card paired with a $5 card just to
just to have the kicks of
yeah,
like,
just to
having
derp
the-
around. You know, that's the worst part. You're not even gonna win. You're just gonna like I'm playing
Dude, but
Magic.
that deck, right? With what's the not the Mirari Conjecture.
Which card? For Antiquities War?
Yeah, Antiquities War. Oh man, it is like you can populate the battlefield with a whole load of artifacts, and
Yeah.
then Antiquities War just wins you the game,
You-
and
you
you
know-
can stay alive like
You know what's more
really
interesting?
long.
You should play Mechanized
What?
Production, or what's the other? Mechanized
Oh
Production.
yeah, Mechanized
Wins you the
Production is so
game,
funny.
right? Yeah, you should play that, man. I mean, hey man, I just no standard decks. Not if the $100 planeswalkers per piece, man. Baby Jace was something I got lucky on. I bought them from like friends for like, I think I bought them for like
30,
$30, and I was like, hey man, this is really expensive. And then it shot up to $100. Like, yep.
Yeah,
$100,
okay.
you know.
Phew.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
no,
no, Khan is an exception. I think
Khan is great, but $100.
Ben Hammer soon.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's going in any deck.
It's sort of in that direction. I think like if the Proto has like 12 like every of the top 8s have like 4 cards, you know you're gonna get banned. It's time to like tear that card up and throw it into like the river or something. Yeah, but it's
I
really
want to
scary.
see. We got predictions. When is Pro Tour this weekend, right?
I think it's
27
I think
this
something like-
weekend.
yeah.
This weekend. So if, I'm just hoping.
Ban.
That-
Oh no,
Shota-
the fairy ban, so I can buy them for my modern deck.
No.
Please.
I'm just hoping that Shota just shows up right with like this like Tezzerator Khan deck, because it's really fun to play. Number one, is really fun to play, and your survivability is like
Yeah, but
extremely high.
Is it good?
It's got
against
battle.
the-
Okay, so it's got like battle on the bridge.
Okay.
The one where
oh my god.
you one black and then X, and then you can like
you
target
know,
creature gets -X -X,
Yeah,
and
and you
you
gain X
gain
life.
like freaking X life.
you know the deck is bad when you have to play battle for the bridge at the bridge. You know that's bad. That's like playing life sign. What's that life sign for? I think X black then deal X damage.
On turn 3, you can cast it for like 7 mana, but for like X equals 7, by the
If you
way.
play like one more
It's
turn,
so
I play
yes.
Metal Call. I don't know.
You can
man.
play Metal War Colossus.
I really don't know. Tezzerator is something I thought of, but you know I'm not like $100 cards to build. A
Yeah, I
deck is
know.
so
That's
bad.
the thing. Like the deck that the card that really makes it work is like Khan,
Yeah.
and then like for you to buy such expensive cards just to play like a fun deck, like an untested fun deck.
That's like buying Nova Hierarchs for like a mono green modern deck. Isn't that quite similar? Like you pay 75 US for Nova Hierarch and then like, hey man, I'm gonna put in a mono green deck, you know. Feels like that kind of, but Nova Hierarch is the same as Khan because you play multiple deck. Because it's the color range.
Right,
the color
yeah,
range
yeah.
But that's pretty bad. You don't buy a $75 card and a play set of it just to play like a...
No, you buy Birds of Paradise. I think Birds of Paradise.
Birds of Paradise is fine. $10 is like, that's fine.
It's okay, yeah.
You play in Commander, you play in Modern, that's fine. Nova Hero is just like, this like the extreme range. It's the same as Khan. It's really bad value. Especially if you want, like, if you always like, you know, hey man, you new to Magic, do you want to try Standards? Like, by the way, this very popular deck has four of this card and it's $100 each. So, you know, good luck. $1,000 right there. Almost $1,000 right there.
Yeah, this is the budget version.
Yeah, and
this is the quote unquote budget version.
Budget version. Yeah, I don't know, man. Standard is so weird. I feel like I want to join back Standard to play it, but yeah, can't.
It's fun. It feels fun. The fact that I'm starting to brew, right, like after such a long time, like the last two, I think the last two seasons, the one where I came for game day and stuff like that, like I just ripped it off the net.
Yeah.
Like I looked at it and I was like, oh, somebody's still playing. Like the Gogari counters deck is still in, and like and I have the cards and like, okay, I'll just like sleeve all these cards that I already have in without any of the new cards and just play and you know and still do well.
I think that's like a weird balance, right? You kind of want Standard to be cheap, but you kind of want new cards in Standard.
And you want like cool decks.
Right, when you print the card that's like $100, I mean, no one could tell it was $100, but you know, you look at the cards like, yep, this could be played in multiple formats.
Okay, but other cards, so Khan is like pushing out the Khan's price is like really way up there, but that makes all the other cards that people are using like Phyrexian Scriptures, like that's a really powerful card. Destroy everything and leave like at least one guy. You know, you make one guy bigger, you destroy everything else on the board, and then after that, you know, just in case your opponent's playing God Pharaoh's Gift. Hey, guess what? You know, all your graveyards get exiled.
Yeah, so I think
that's cheap.
It's so weird because it's so extremely top heavy. Like Khan is 75 out of stock. The Fairy is 50. Mox Ember is 20 US. Lyra is 35 US. It's like so weird to play Standard. Like
it's very top heavy, right?
Yeah, you want to play Standard, but like all like the best cards, quote unquote. It's so expensive, man. Like I don't know how to tell a new player like, hey, if you really like Angels, the one they play for Standard is like 35 US each, which the shop sells for like 45 or something like that. Yeah, man, it's so weird. Like I'd rather tell them like, hey man, play Modern, you buy one deck and you stick for it forever. Standard rotates out. Like imagine Lyra when it rotates out. Where is it gonna go? Baneslayer Angel doesn't have money.
How much is Baneslayer right now?
Below 10, man. Maybe no, above 10, maybe 12 US, something like that.
Bane Skater Angel.
Hey man, I'll buy Bane Skater Angel. God knows what I can do, right? But yeah, it's like so.
It's okay. Okay, $750. Yeah.
No, you pay 30. You pay. Let's say you buy it from a retail shop, and you pay them the retail premium, right? It's 45 Sing dollars. It becomes a $8 card.
That feels bad.
This feels bad. This feels horrible. It's like the Titanic sinking, man. It's like the card on the other hand,
sploosh.
It's okay because it's really seeing multi-format play. Same with Teferi, but Teferi at 50 is kind of like questionable.
No, Teferi I feel is also gonna be relegated to just, you know, standard play.
No, they're really playing. They are playing too off in like a lot of like the blue white. Even Boonhouse playing it, man. So I can.
I know you can like tap out during your turn, and then you still get like two lands untapped after that.
Hey man, I'm okay. I'm okay if I think Teferi is a good card. I think Khan is a good card. Whether or not I agree with their price, no, I don't agree with it, man. I've never paid like $80 for a standard card ever in my life. Not even when Ugin was in standard. Ugin was like $40, and I was like, "That's a heartache, man." But I love control. I buy a Ugin. I love control, but I'm not gonna pay $80 for Khan. Much less $80 for Tezzerator Khan.
Wait. Okay, so is Jeremy gonna go for the win here?
Oh damn! He's
Come on.
He's gonna. Oh no! He's gonna.
Is he gonna check hand? Why is he casting another Loxodon Smiter? Oh, that's a token.
That's a Voice of Resilient token. But how's it forced?
Cause he activated the what you call it? Yeah.
Oh, Gavani Township. Oh damn.
Gavani Township. Yeah, Gavani Township made a big guy.
Yeah.
So but I don't know. Bunhao was like.
I
know we haven't been talking about the game, but I've been like I have like one eye on the game throughout the entire time. Like Jeremy, you see, Jeremy slammed the turn 3 like he just kept slamming threats, right? And then on his main phase, when Bunhao, like the previous turn,
Yeah.
needs to respond
He-
the next turn, and then he starts tapping out, and then Jeremy keeps slamming stuff, and then Bunhao has to respond, and Jeremy just slams stuff. So that's how you should be playing the game. And like
Yeah.
we saw in round one, like Jeremy just didn't do that. Like that is
I think the reason why he didn't do it in round one is
You're
because
a bit
the
unsure.
reflector mage stuck on board. He didn't have to recast threats of the chat because he already had one guy, and he could commit to that one guy because he was pumping a Gavalni Township to make it a 4/4, which is a 5-turn clock.
I know,
So,
but
yeah.
I'm talking about like earlier on.
Oh,
I
I
know
mean the general like the
general
Koralheim
this thing
might have-
because like he was trying to, I'm going to try to do my combo now. No, that's not the mentality you should have against control.
Hey
Control is
man,
just going
listen,
to like
so you
just,
see, this is the weird part of
Yeah.
Magic. When I was playing a toolbox deck, Solomon Poe would be behind me and like
Just do it, man.
It's
Just
like
do
turn 3 and it's like, hey bro,
just
you
do it.
do it, man. If you don't
Just
have
do
it, you win, bro. Then you're like, okay, I'll
Just
do it.
do
Then the people at the back is like, hey man, you shouldn't do it. But if you do it and you succeed, the people at the back be like, yeah, you should do it. Then the guy, if you fail, the guy who's whispering in Solomon Poe whispering to you is like, hey man, you should recognize the tails.
I love.
So that's the problem. This is why I feel that Magic is so interesting because no one is ever 100% right about their opinion.
You
there
have
are
a
certain-
percent, yeah.
Yeah, the
You have
guy,
points,
the guy who
yeah.
sits down is the one who's facing all the mental stress and has to analyze things.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many different ways of looking at the game, and
Mm.
that's what makes the game fun. $100 standard cards though, no, pass.
That's also what makes
know,
Final
if you-
Fantasy fun.
If you buy 4 cards, you can buy a dual land, guys. Just saying.
Reserve list. All right, we are gonna head out. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can join us on the stream every Tuesday and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Singapore time, twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames. You missed that, going down to youtube.com/GreyOgreGames, and do make sure you hit us up on our webpage, GreyOgreGames.com. And if you like what we do, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and do all the social media stuff. Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram.
You can come down and say hi to us at GP Sing as well.
Yeah, GP Singapore
We
if
will
you're
be
there.
in Brisbane?
GP, they'll be in Brisbane. We'll be in
can't remember
Vegas.
other-
Vegas, I think we're
I
going.
think that Vegas. The rest of Team Grey Ogre will be at the Pro Tours. If you are the Pro Tours, you can say hi to our
Oh yeah,
friends, Chin Hao, Ernest.
yeah.
et
Cheer,
cetera, et
cheer them
cetera.
on, man.
Yeah,
Sure.
hopefully they win because Chin Hao needs to be here to do more work, man.
Yeah.
I don't.
No,
do so
you
much-
should
I-
be
I
like-
don't do so much work, man.
You
Chin
should
Hao
be
needs to come
hoping
back.
that Jin Hao loses.
No,
Then
man,
he'll
has to
then
play
he'll come
more.
back. Oh yeah, then he has to play more.
Man,
Yeah,
I
you
thought
know, you
about
should
it.
wait. Yeah, you should let Jin Hao win after he doesn't have to grind anymore, right?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully if doesn't lose to like Swole Reed Duke.
Lul.
I mean that was bad. And I mean dude, I was on the way home watching the Proto with like Tay Chin Hao playing against Reed Duke. And oh my god, I felt so bad. Like Reed Duke was drawing like a
It's
god,
like the god hand.
absolute god. Like then it comes to our minds like this is why he's a pro player. This is why. This is the
No, it's just luck.
No,
it's
man.
just super luck.
see if you're consistently lucky, it becomes a skill set, right?
That's bullshit. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
man.
gonna head out. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.